All your days filled with love and light. Is there music? Is there art and adventure? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Since you arrived. I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Since you arrived. Like in heaven. Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Tell me, what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? Have your fears and your pain gone away? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh,
Set alarm.
I hope you're dancing in the
Alexa,
sky.
hello.
And I hope you're singing in the
Alexa?
angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I bet it's so nice up in heaven
Alexa,
since you
Set alarm
arrived.
for 12:40
So
a.m.
tell me, what do you do in heaven? Are your days filled with love and light? Is there music? Is there art and adventure? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here
On behalf of the family, thank you to each of you for being here today. And before we begin, I've just got a couple of little notices. One, I've been asked if you can just be really respectful as you leave in the chapel at the end of the service and leave. Can you keep off the grass? Just need to look after it. But secondly, can I check that everybody's got their phones turned off or on silent, please? Because we don't want anything taken away from this guy, do we? Now, without further ado, Alfie's just got a little bit of something to say, haven't you, Alfie?
Okay. Thank everyone for coming. But please, can you give my dad the applause that he really needed?
Alfie, I don't know how the rest of us are going to follow you because that were awesome, wasn't it? This first line seems really daft to say, but Dennis, he made an impact in so many people's lives. Just look around, kids, at how many people loved your dad. That's what you've got to remember today. He was someone who loved fiercely. He believed in loyalty. And the people in his life were important to him. He was Dennis, he was Den, he was Denzel, he was Big D, he was Cheeks at school. But he was also Daddy, Dad, Uncle Dennis. He was grandson to Susan and the late David, and Nora and the late Dennis, whom he was named after. Dennis was a man who always had a smile on his face. Always. He loved his food. He loved his holidays. If I just say Tenerife, I say no more. He was loud. He was gregarious. He was sociable. He was always on the go. He was unique, funny, hilarious at times. He loved his tracksuit and trainers, and I love the tribute that you've given it to him today. You almost wear it as well as he did. His favourite colour, green. He loved to make people laugh. He was a good friend, but he didn't suffer fools. He was a biker. What an amazing tribute you've given for him today as well. But most of all, he was a family man. Born on the 18th of January 1997, he loved his family, his parents, his siblings, his grandparents, his partner, his kids. But from being a kid himself, he loved fixing anything mechanical. He used to enjoy helping his dad in the family business. But when it came to school, he was well known by pupils and teachers alike. Not for his devotion to schoolwork, but how cheeky he was. School, it wasn't for him. But at 16, that's when he went to Chesterfield College and he studied mechanics. His tutor actually said, though, Dennis was the one teaching him things. He then continued to say Dennis was the most talented but cheekiest student he'd ever had. Dennis loved working on any car or motorbike. He most certainly preferred working for himself. He was never one for rules, and he definitely did not like being told what to do. All you've got to do is ask Cranny at DM Tyres and Darren from Whittaker's Scrap Metal, they'll tell you that's the truth. But he was so much more than the things I've already mentioned. And we're going to start with hearing from Rebecca and Darren about their brother.
You don't realise how many people there actually is until you stand up here. It's crazy. Hello everyone, thank you for being here today to celebrate the life of my big brother Dennis, my guiding star. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do, not because I don't have things to say, but because there's too many. I'd use sum up a brother like Dennis in just a few minutes. You can't, but I'm going to try. Dennis wasn't just my brother, he was my protector and my partner in crime, and honestly one of the funniest people I've ever known. He had this way of making you laugh even when you didn't want to. He was sharp, cheeky and real, never fake, never afraid to be himself. Now, we had our moments, as all siblings do, like the time I accidentally trapped his finger in a bike chain. I'll never let me live that down, and in return, well, let's just say the scar on my head from the spoon he threw at me will be with me for life. That was Dennis, chaos and love in equal measure. But even in those silly moments, I know he loved me, and I hope he always knew how much I loved him back. Dennis had a huge heart, he loved his family fiercely. Our mum Maxine, our dad Gary and his stepdad Richard. He was so proud of his brothers Ben, Jamie and Darryl, and he always looked out for me, his little sister, his Becca Boo. And of course he shared a special bond with our step-siblings, Jordan, Paige and Megan. But nothing lit up the world more than his kids, Alfie, Tilly and Ava, and Lewis, who he was also such a big part of Dennis's life. He adored each and every one of them. Every time he talked about them, you could see how much they meant to him. He wasn't just their dad, he was their hero. This was a life that had hardly begun. I'm sitting here writing this, letting the tears flow. You taught me so much, Dennis, but you didn't teach me how to let you go. You were always there to guide me, to catch my tears and calm my cries. It's so sad that you've left without saying goodbye, but just remember, we all love you as you go up there and fly. Our memories with you will never die. They'll remain with us all our lives. Our family chain is broken and nothing feels the same, but as we are called one by one, our chain will link again. Dennis, we all miss you dearly and you'll be in our thoughts forever. Death leaves the heartache no one can heal, but love leaves memories no one can steal. Goodbye for now, my big brother. Rest easy, sleep tight, I love you forever. Before I finish, I want to thank each and every one of you who came on the day of Dennis's passing and who are here today to say goodbye for now. Your love and support mean more than anything at times like this. Knowing I'm surrounded by such kindness helps me find the strength to carry on. And finally, I'll make sure Gracie May knows who Uncle Dennis was and how much he already loved her. You always told me I'd make an amazing mummy, and I'll do just that. Just like you were an amazing daddy to your children. Keep smiling up there, Dennis, and go right on in heaven until we meet again.
Yeah, I can't do it. Obviously.
This is from Daryl, everyone.
I can't read.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I want to thank you all for being here today to celebrate the life of my brother Dennis. Dennis was someone who lit every room he walked into. That big white smile, I'm sure every single person here can picture it right now. He had this way of making everyone laugh, even on the hardest days. That was just who he was, a natural joker, a loyal friend, and the kind person who would give you the shirt off his back without a second thought. He was always there for people, but for me, he was more than just my brother. Dennis helped me through one of the hardest times in my life. He stood by me, believed in me, and pushed me to be better. I can honestly say I wouldn't be the man I am today without him. I made him a promise back then, and Dennis, if you're listening now, I swear to you, I'm never going to break that promise. We shared so many memories, too many to count. And let's be honest, a few I definitely can't share here today. But anyone who knew us knew exactly what kind of mischief we used to get up to. Dennis loved life. He loved riding out with the lads, and he had a real passion for fixing cars, something that started when he was just a kid. Watching his dad in the garage, eventually he took on that garage himself, and he did it with pride, skill, and that same big grin on his face. He made an impact on so many people, and if there's one thing I want everyone to remember about Dennis, it's that smile, that huge, beaming smile that made you feel like everything was going to be all right. We lost him too soon, but his spirit, his laugh, and his love will never leave us. He'll always be riding beside us, laughing with us, and watching over us. Rest easy, Den. I love you, and I'll carry you with me for the rest of my life. Love, Daryl.
Early morning, there's a message on my phone. It's my mother saying, darling, please come home. I fear the worst. How could you leave us all behind? There's so much to say, but there's so little time. So how do I say goodbye to someone who's been with me for my whole damn life? You gave me my name and the color of your eyes. See your face when I look at mine. So how do I say goodbye when I couldn't? You always saw the best in me. Right or wrong, you were always on my side. But I'm scared of what life without you's like. and I saw the way she looked into your eyes. And I promise if you go, I will make sure she's alright. So how do I say goodbye? Someone who's been with me for my whole damn life. You gave me my name and the color of your eyes. See your face when I look at mine. So how do I say goodbye? There's no way you could ever let me down. Gonna steal some time and start again. You'll always be my closest friend. And someday we're gonna make it out. Just hold the light. Just hold the light high, high. So how do I say goodbye? Someone who's been with me for my whole damn life. You gave me my name and the color of your eyes. I see your face when I look at mine. So how do I say goodbye? So how do I say goodbye? Fuckers.
It was at school that Dennis and Laura started dating. They became parents to Alfie in 2014, Alfie. Is that right? And how handsome you are too. The following year, a gorgeous girl, Ava, you were born. But Dennis and Laura realised they were better as friends than a couple. Dennis then started a new relationship with Kerry, and he took on the role of stepdad. Rebecca, you've already mentioned that. A role that he relished. Lewis followed in Dennis's footsteps with that passion for bikes. But it was in 2017, in March, another beautiful daughter was born, the gorgeous Tilly. 2020 though, that's when Dennis and Kerry decided to go their separate ways. But once again, Dennis, he was always there for Kerry and the kids. But Dennis was Dennis, a real charmer. He wasn't single for long, and he and Bobby very quickly became a great couple. Bobby didn't just love Dennis. I know that she loves his kids too, and there've been great times enjoyed together as a blended family unit. But I'm sure you'll all agree, when it came to his kids, you three, tell me if I get this wrong, it was a softie. Yep, a definite yes. Tilly's smiling. You got away with a lot, didn't you, Tilly? Oh, there's a really big nod coming from behind you. He loved you unconditionally. That's what you need to remember. How big your dad's love was for you. He made sure that you never went without, and he definitely let you get away with anything. But girls, he didn't call you his girls, did he? What did he call you? His princesses. There's no better title than a princess. The memories that you've got, they're the memories that were your dad's favourite thing to make. And I know you'll always smile in time when you remember just how awesome he was. So I'm just going to ask you all, can we give Dennis another round of applause, but for his kids? Now Bobby's got a few words to share. I don't know where Bobby is.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you all right, Bobby? You're right. You're right. I've got the words there. Do you need them or have you got them? All right. So it's all the ones in blue. All right.
I didn't think this was ever something I'd ever have to do. As everyone here knows, Dennis has come to celebrate his life. I would like to say thank you. And he would be in his element with all the bikes, cars, quads, you name it. So thank you all for respecting his wish of a Sunday fun day. And let's make it loud enough so he can hear us up there. A few of you may not be aware as how we know Dennis wanted a Sunday fun day, so let me tell you. When Dennis passed his big bike test, he fired out a few things he'd like, knowing his speed would catch him one day. That's to a few things he requested himself for today. To all who know Dennis, knew that Dennis was infectious from his laugh to his touch to his smile. It wasn't a day where he wasn't smiling. If you'd look up, you'd probably see the reflection of his teeth. As well as his smile, Dennis had eyes that would guilt you into giving into anything, and I mean anything. Even though he did have a dodgy eye, Dennis would always tell everyone this was because his mum left him out in the sun when he was a baby. Dennis would give the world and more for anyone that crossed his path. He once emptied the full car of change for a homeless man at the petrol station just because. As many of you will know, Dennis would always be the person to ring if stuck off-roading. Not that he would wake up, so thank you, boys. The amount of times he'd be rang early hours to help dig his mates out of shit when getting stuck, a trooper to rescue as always. However, one night, Den went out with a couple of his friends, Cranny, Sam, Jack, and they decided to go through a puddle with floods and sink the Jeep. To which they all climbed on top of the roof until the fire brigade could rescue them with the dinghy boat. As Den would swear blind, he couldn't swim. 4 hours later, and close to hypothermia, the fire brigade rescued them. Dennis was a daredevil at heart, and the worst thing you could ever say to him is you daren't. This triggered something in his head and gave him the almighty power that he was doing it one way or another. Dennis had brought himself a red Subaru Forester, and silly me made the mistake of telling him that if he don't go down the hill when out off-roading, that ended up with hours being stuck and me clearly showing I wasn't half the driver Den was, as I couldn't even find the biting point when trying to get pulled out. Den would make everything go at the highest speed and would always say it's not the car, it's the driver. There wasn't much Dennis couldn't do, and he will go at everything with I'll fix that. Den could fix anything you passed him, car, bike, quad, Hoover, necklace, you name it. Dennis would fix it with a little bit of Q-bond. I actually think my Hoover is mainly Q-bond. It's been fixed that many times. Anyway, a lot about me and Dennis. The first day I encountered Dennis was on the corner of Welvet Street, where Dennis did no more than hang out of his car window and shout to Paige, "Who's your mate? She's right fit," and asked to take me for some food. If that doesn't scream Dennis is a flirt and a foodie, then I don't know what does. Anyway, life went on, and a couple of bumps into each other, we decided, let's have a go at this. We didn't have many people in our corner, but that didn't matter to Dennis. Dennis knew what he wanted, and no matter what was standing in his way, he was getting what he wanted, and he did. Dennis was a rogue and always up to no good, and I love that about him. The naughty, the cheeky, the trouble that he thrived off. But he changed, he got his head down, he worked hard, he saved. And he knew exactly what he wanted. I never asked Dennis to change, but he did. He changed for me and the kids, and would often say, it's not worth it, I've got too much to lose. I dare to say it, I think I turned him soft. I think so, yeah.
Let's have a look. It's that, there's that as well. So have I got it in wrong order? And onto there.
I don't know, shut it on my phone.
So you can, I can get on mine if not. So you turned him soft.
Dennis has 3 beautiful children who I adore more than life itself, and we wasn't finished on extending our family. We had a lot planned for our future, and that included another mini Dennis who we was hoping for quite soon. Although he was shitting it and expecting me to get caught with twins. Can you imagine birthing or raising 2 of Dennis? I think Chris will have definitely known about it. Unfortunately, that is something I will never experience as life with different plans, although I'm very grateful that these are things I got to plan with Dan and be a part of. Help raise his 3 amazing, beautiful children who I do not go a day without thinking about, and watch them grow into the amazing little people they are today and their daddy's doubles. And most of all, watch them love their daddy so much, his son and his 2 little princesses. Alongside living with him day in, day out, sleeping next to him every single night and becoming so used to the noise of him snoring that the silence now is deafening. apart from the dog licking his balls. I don't know what's... I can't do it. Recoveries in his truck, countless nights of sitting in the garage fixing his quad, continuously trying new food and planning our future as far as we could. I don't feel I had a single second with me that's not been ripped. Myself and Dennis had not a lot at one point and ate microwave meals or salt and pepper chips off camp chairs in our garage of a house we'd ripped to pieces. The same house we planned to buy as our family home and make so many more amazing memories in. We had a lot planned for our future, buying our first home, travelling in his blue van with the dog and his bike, and that included being retired by 50 on a beach because he always said Maxine birthed him in the wrong country and he should have been abroad in the sun. We'd probably retire in Tenerife. As many of you know, he knew it like he did Cresswell, and Tenerife knew Dan as Gareth Kelly from Bad Boy Chiller Crew. Dennis actually took me back to Tenerife one year for my birthday and begged to go out on Veronica's strip and leave me in the room. As you can all see and know, Dennis loved bikes, and although he could ride and drive anything, he did have his odd tumble. This included sliding through Chesterfield Tesco on his arse as he wheeled his quad. Dennis also rode my beautiful red car into the front of our house one day after shouting at me the same day for driving into the back of an old woman. Dennis passed his big bike test in November, and that was the day at some point in my life I knew I would lose him. The very first night he came home on his bike, I sat in fear as I heard him coming before he'd entered the village. Dennis promised me that if it ever came to it, he would be smiling and I should never have been worried. I could write about Dennis and the amazing, loving, special person he was to me and many others, but I'd be here for a very long time. So I'm just going to tell you a few of the daily things that Den would do to make me laugh, cry and smile. Dennis was my best friend, my fiancé, my world and my rock, and Dennis kept me always looking to the future with his big ideas and his big plans, never stopping still for a minute, so much on his mind, but we didn't know the half of it. Dennis was loved and adored by my family just as much as he was his, and would spend hours talking absolute shit on the bench outside with my dad. Big ideas like always, and always thinking of ways to fix or build things. Dennis had a little Volvo at some point of our early talking stage and would drive past my dad's house and give me a wave through what was my old bedroom window, a little tease at heart with a big grin. Me and Dennis lived with my dad and my stepmom for a short period of time before moving into our first house in Langhold, after our lovely little flat that we house sat for Widge. Me and Dennis did everything together. We lived together from very early on, and as Charlie will tell you, sick of moving his stuff around, Dennis had more houses than he did pants. We cooked together, we showered together, we spent every second of every day complaining about work together. The silly things you wouldn't think of, we did them, and we did them together. Dennis loved to sing and would often play games of humming songs until we guessed. Although I keep telling myself it's a sign of all these songs I hear, I don't think there is a single song on this planet that Dennis hasn't sang. Smooth radio for the win, always. For the people close to Dennis, know that shitting was a big part of his life. Dennis needed a shit, he was having a shit, no matter the time. Maybe full of shit, I don't know, but he shit a hell of a lot, as Dennis would run up the stairs saying, "Food time." Dennis had a way with words and knew exactly how to make everything that came out of his mouth comical. He would often remind me, "Yeah, you look it," every time I suggested I was hungry, whether he was calling me skinny or fat. But did often remind me I was getting a little heavy to get on the back of his bike, so it would just wheel him without trying. Dennis went on what he would call his last boys' holiday to Cyprus just a couple of months ago. Whilst he was over there, all his mates got typical lad tattoos on their arse cheeks. And Dennis took the abuse of being under the thumb, which, if you know, he definitely was not. I think Dennis went away to Tenerife 8 times in 1 year. Now if that's under the thumb then. Anyway, he took the plunge to get my name tattooed on his chest, the left side. On his heart, he would say, so I would always be there. Dennis requested I Dennis across the top of my you-know-what in return. However, I've gone with what I know he would have loved, and I've had his name on my heart in the same font, the same place. I don't want to read anymore. Yeah.
Where were you? Where was you?
Dennis wasn't romantic, but I knew he had my engagement ring for the last 3 years in the top of his wardrobe. And then Christmas morning 2024, Dennis walked downstairs in his boxer shorts and said, "What you saying then, you're going to marry me?" To him, which I called his bluff and said the box was empty. It wasn't. From very early on, Dennis would often say things like he couldn't wait to make me his wife, me and him forever, the soppy bits no one really wants to hear but mean the world to me. And although me and Dennis had not yet married, we'd spoken about it. It couldn't have been a big wedding because the size of both our families, even a small wedding would have been big. I suggested an abroad wedding and Dennis' words were, "My mum can't afford that with all them kids." Den was a family man and would have turned the world upside down for me, his kids and his family. I don't think in the 5 years myself and Dennis have been together, he had ever told me no, unless I was asking for a Chinese. Dennis didn't need days or occasions to spoil me rotten and would do this without a second thought, although one day he'd come home and swore blind he'd got me an amazing present and I would love it so much. This was a special Christmas pair of snap-on socks. What's snap-on? Oh. I was over the moon with them, to be honest, and wore them to work very often during the Christmas period. Den would move the world to see me happy, and he would do everything in his power to make sure that I was happy, and he did. Day in, day out, he made me the happiest girl in the world. No? Okay. Done. This way. Daz and Jamie, who are here today, and Dennis's big brothers, as you all know, were a big part of his life. Dennis was so proud of Daz leaving prison, living with us and overcoming and achieving things he'd only dream of doing. He was so proud of the person you have become, Daz, and I don't ever want you to forget how proud you made him by being the man you are today. And Jamie, I know you don't believe it, but Dennis loved you and wished you would have allowed the help. I would like to say to Daz, thank you. I wouldn't have done this without you. His little sister, Becca Boo. He adored you, and today wouldn't be the day it is without you. You have been incredible, and he'd be so proud of you and his mum. If there was one person on this planet he loved the most, I wouldn't have got through this without you all. Said it? Say it. Okay.
You gave me a shoulder when I needed it. You showed me love when I wasn't feeling it. You helped me fight when I was giving in. And you made me laugh when I was losing it. 'Cause you are the reason why I'm still hanging on. 'Cause you are the reason why my head is still above water. And if I could, I'd get you the moon and give it to you. And if that was coming for you, I'd give my life for you. 'Cause you are the reason why I'm still hanging on. 'Cause you are the reason why my head is still above water. And if I could, I'd get you and give it to you. And if that was coming for you, I'd give my life for you. 'Cause you are. Oh, you are. Oh, you are.
It's only for my memories.
You are the reason why my head is still above. And if I like it, I can't give it more. Give it to you. And if time just coming for you, I give my life for you.
Again.
What?
Tell me again.
I said if I die, I love you.
Dennis was all about family. But I know that you, as his mates, were everything to him too. He loved his holidays with family and friends. Tenerife needs to be mentioned again, I know. He was always the one that referred to Sundays as Sunday Fun Day. As Bobby said, there was only one day that his funeral could be on. But his last ride was on the 24th of August. He took a trip to the seaside with his dad and Tilly. A gorgeous day where chips and ice cream were enjoyed. It had to include food, because Dennis loved his food. I'd like to invite his friend Sam up now to share his tribute.
Friends and family, we gather here today to celebrate the life of Dennis, who went by many of names we had for him. Big D, Denzel, Cheeks, a man who infected everyone he met with his cheeky smile. He helped each of us in every way he could. It's never easy to find the right words at a time like this, especially for someone like Dennis, who played a massive part in all our lives. We're still figuring out how we're going to manage without him. I would like to share some of the stories that we had together, but I don't think we can tell half of them without getting in trouble. Dennis was taken from us too soon. Just want everyone to remember how he was. He was always filled with an energy and a smile that was truly remarkable. He was the kind of person who would drop everything to help anyone in need, no matter the time, no matter the circumstance. He was a man that we could call to tow us off the road at 3 a.m, to fix our car, to rewire our house, to fix a burst water pipe. He was a jack of all trades, and if he couldn't do it, give him 20 minutes and he could. It would help any of us in an heartbeat. Dennis was the type of lad that if you asked him to do something, he'd do it there and then. We all could rely on him for anything. His generosity wasn't just something he did, it was who he was, whether it was just a simple favour or something much bigger. If you needed him, he was there ready to give, without expecting anything in return. It's a rare quality, and it made him who he was and a friend to everyone who crossed his path. Through his time with us was far too short. He is a man that will never be forgotten. Every one of us will all relive the good memories he's left us with. As we say goodbye today, let's remember that Dennis didn't need a lifetime to make a lifetime of difference. He touched our hearts deeply, and his memories will continue to live on inside us. Rest in peace, Dennis. You'll always be loved, always be remembered, and always be missed, my brother.
Best.
There's so many different ways, isn't there, that we can remember Dennis. The man, the myth, the legend. He loved a good selfie, didn't he? He didn't really like taking pictures with the rest of you. But we need to mention today, it's already been mentioned, but it needs a specific mention. His Sheffield teeth. Won't be tied anyone who asked if they'd been done in Turkey. He wasn't one to just stand by. He always put others first. He definitely hated bullying, especially if it was on people that he loved. He loved his dogs, Biscuit, Rocco and Hugo. He had a smile that lit up any room. He was a man with a heart of gold, a true, gentle giant. And the memories that have been made are yours to keep. But as we play this next piece of music, think of the memories that you shared. The man, the myth, the legends. And during the song, the family are going to come and place their roses on the coffin.
If I die young, bury me in satin, lay me down on a bed of roses, sink me in the river at dawn, send me away with the words of a love song. Lord, make me a rainbow, I'll shine down on my mother. She'll know I'm safe with you when she stands under my colors. Oh, and life ain't always what you think it ought to be. No, ain't even gray, but she buries her baby. The sharp knife of a short life. Well, I've had just enough time. If I die young, bury me in satin, lay me down on a bed of roses, sink me in the river at dawn, send me away with the words of a love song. The sharp knife of a short life. Well, I've had just enough time, and I'll be wearing white when I come into your kingdom. I'm as green as the ring on my little cold finger. I've never known the loving of a man, but it sure felt nice when he was holding my hand. There's a boy here in town says he'll love me forever. Who would have thought forever could be severed by the sharp knife of a short life? Well, I've had just enough time. So put on your best boys and I'll wear my pearls. What I never did is done. A penny for my thoughts, oh no, I'll sell them for $1. They're worth so much more after I'm a goner, and maybe then you'll hear the words I've been singing. Funny when you're dead, how people start listening. If I die young, bury me in satin, lay me down on a bed of roses, sink me in the river at dawn, send me away with the words of a love song. The ballad of the dove, go with peace and love. short enough of a short life. Well, I've had just enough time. If I die young, bury me inside, lay me down on a bed of roses, sink me in the river at dawn, send me away with the words of a love song. The short enough of a short life. Well, I've had just enough time, and I'll be wearing white when I come into your kingdom. I'm as green as the ring on my little cold finger. I've never known the loving of a man, but it sure felt nice when he was holding my hand. There's a boy here in town says he'll love me forever. Who would have thought forever could be severed by the short enough of a short life? Well, I've had just enough time. So put on your best boys and I'll wear my pearls. What I never did is done. A penny for my thoughts, oh no, I'll sell them for $1. They're worth so much more after I'm a goner, and maybe then you'll hear the words I've been singing. Funny when you're dead, how people start listening. If I die young, bury me inside, lay me down on a bed of roses, sink me in the river at dawn, send me away with the words of a love song. The ballad of the dove. Go in peace and love. Gather up your tears, keep them in your pocket, save them for a time when you're really gonna need them. Oh, the sharp knife of a short life. Well, I've had just enough time. So put on your best boy. As we say our final farewells to Dennis, if you're seated, can I ask you to stand, please? You don't have to stand if you don't feel you can. As we say goodbye, you can cherish the memories of him. Take delight in his friendship and his love. Treasure the fact that you shared in his life. But with love, we leave him now, and with respect, we bid him farewell. We remember Dennis with a smile and with gratitude for the life that he lived. So as we say goodbye, it's time to remember that every life is unique. Every person is individual and special. Each of us creates and lives our life the best way that we know how. So now's the time to try and smile through these tough times and be thankful for all the good. Dennis, thank you for being just who you were. Now, normally I'd say we're going to have a moment of quiet reflection, but I'm not going to say that today. I'm getting a shake of the head from his mum, because we're going to give him a round of applause, aren't we? So go for it. If you want to take your seats once more, please. Guys, just stay where you are. You're absolutely fine. Now, I think you all know where you're going back to, but the family have asked me to invite you all to join them on the Foxy Green at Cresswell. I know that's going to be noisy, but I also know you're doing it for an amazing reason, to celebrate the life of a man who will never be forgotten. But any donations that are given today, make them big, because they're for an important charity.
They're for Mental Health UK. But the family have asked, are they not? In Sam's name, sorry, which is a mental health charity that does amazing work in and around this area. But the family have asked me to say some words that are on the back of the order of service, I think, but I'm going to say them anyway. If you are struggling, please seek help. Talk to someone, because it's okay not to be okay. It's time for me to go now. I won't say goodbye. Look for me in rainbows way up in the sky. In the morning sunrise when all the world is new. Just look for me and love me, as you know I loved you. It's time for me to leave you, I won't say goodbye. Look for me in rainbows high up in the sky. In the evening sunset when all the world is through. Just look for me and love me and I'll be close to you. It won't be forever. The day will come and then. My loving arms will hold you when we meet again. It's time for us to part now, we won't say goodbye. Look for me in rainbows, shining in the sky. Now again, can I just reiterate, please keep off the grass as you're leaving today. But the family want me to finish with some final words from them. Dennis was so loved. We can see that by the number of people that are here today. We know he will be missed dearly by all of us, but the memories of him will never fade. So when you leave, let's rev it for Dennis. Or as Dennis would say, come on then, say it. Give it some.
Well, I'm rumbling in this JCB. I'm 5 years old, my dad's a giant sitting beside me. And the engine rattles my bum like berserk while we're singing, don't forget your shovel if you want to go and work. My dad's probably had a bloody hard day, but he's being good fun and bubbling and joking way. And the procession of cars stuck behind are getting all impatient and angry, but we don't mind. We're holding up the bypass. Oh, me and my dad having a top laugh. Oh, oh, sitting on the toolbox. Oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss. So glad I'm not in school. Oh no. And we pull over to let cars pass and pull off again, speeding by this summer green grass. And we're like giants up here in our big yellow digger, like Zoids or Transformers or maybe even bigger. And I want to transform into a Tyrannosaurus Rex and eat up all the bullies and the teachers and their pets. And I'll tell all my mates my dad's B.A. Baracus on with a JCB and Bruce Lee's nunchuckers. We're holding up the bypass. Oh, me and my dad having a top laugh. Oh, oh, sitting on the toolbox. Oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss. So glad I'm not in school. And we're holding up the bypass. Oh, me and my dad having a top laugh. Oh, oh, I'm sitting on the toolbox. Oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss. So glad I'm not in school. Said I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round and we're holding up the bypass. Whoa, me and my dad having a top laugh. Oh, whoa, and I'm sitting on the toolbox. Oh, and I'm so glad JCB. I'm 5 years old, my dad's a giant sitting beside me, and the engine rattles my bum like berserk while we're singing, don't forget your shovel if you want to go and work. My dad's probably had a bloody hard day, but he's being good fun and bubbling and joking way. And the procession of cars stuck behind are getting all impatient and angry, but we don't mind. We're holding up the bypass. Oh, me and my dad having a top laugh. Oh, sitting on the toolbox. Oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss. So glad I'm not in school. Oh no. And we pull over to let cars pass, and pull off again, speeding by this summer green grass. And we're like giants up here in our big yellow digger, like Zoids or Transformers, or maybe even bigger. And I wanna transform into a Tyrannosaurus Rex and eat up all the bullies and the teachers and their pets. And I'll tell all my mates my dad's B.A. Baracus, only with a JCB and Bruce Lee's nunchuckers. We're holding up the bypass. Oh, me and my dad having a top laugh. Oh, sitting on the toolbox. Oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss. So glad I'm not in school. And we're holding up the bypass. Oh, me and my dad having a top laugh. Oh, I'm sitting on the toolbox. Oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss. So glad I'm not in school. Said I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round and we're holding up the bypass. Whoa, and me and my dad having a top laugh. Oh, whoa, and I'm sitting on the toolbox. Oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss. So glad I'm not in school. I said I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. Well, I'm rumbling in this JCB. I'm 5 years old, my dad's a giant sitting beside me, and the engine rattles my bum like berserk while we're singing, don't forget your shovel if you want to go and work. My dad's probably had a bloody hard day, but he's being good fun and bubbling and joking way. And the procession of cars stuck behind are getting all impatient and angry, but we don't mind. We're holding up the bypass. Oh, me and my dad having a top laugh. Oh, sitting on the toolbox. Oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss. So glad I'm not in school. Oh no. And we pull over to let cars pass, and pull off again, speeding by this summer green grass. And we're like giants up here in our big yellow digger, like Zoids or Transformers, or maybe even bigger. And I wanna transform into a Tyrannosaurus Rex and eat up all the bullies and the teachers and their pets. And I'll tell all my mates my dad's B.A. Baracus, only with a JCB and Bruce Lee's nunchuckers. Holding up the bypass, oh, me and my dad having a top laugh, oh, oh. Sitting on the toolbox, oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss, so glad I'm not in school. And we're holding up the bypass, oh, me and my dad having a top laugh, oh, oh. I'm sitting on the toolbox, oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss, so glad I'm not in school. Said I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round and we're holding up the bypass. Whoa, me and my dad having a top laugh. Oh, whoa. And I'm sitting on the toolbox, oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss, so glad I'm not in school. I said I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his, I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. Well, I'm rumbling in this JCB. I'm 5 years old, my dad's a giant sitting beside me, and the engine rattles my bum like berserk while we're singing, don't forget your shovel if you want to go to work. My dad's probably had a bloody hard day, but he's being good fun and bubbling and joking way. And the procession of cars stuck behind are getting all impatient and angry, but we don't mind. We're holding up the bypass, oh, me and my dad having a top laugh, oh, oh. Sitting on the toolbox, oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss, so glad I'm not in school, oh no. And we pull over, let cars pass, and pull off again, speeding by this summer green grass. And we're like giants up here in our big yellow digger, like Zoids or Transformers, or maybe even bigger. And I wanna transform into a Tyrannosaurus Rex and eat up all the bullies and the teachers and their pets. And I'll tell all my mates my dad's B.A. Baracus, only with a JCB and Bruce Lee's nunchuckers. We're holding up the bypass, oh, me and my dad having a top laugh, oh, oh. Sitting on the toolbox, oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss, so glad I'm not in school. And we're holding up the bypass, oh, me and my dad having a top laugh, oh, oh. I'm sitting on the toolbox, oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss, so glad I'm not in school. Said I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round and we're holding up the bypass. Whoa!
Let's stop.
Me and my dad having a top laugh. Oh, whoa. And I'm sitting on the toolbox. Oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss. So glad I'm not in school. I said I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. Well, I'm rumbling in this JCB. I'm 5 years old, my dad's a giant sitting beside me. And the engine rattles my bum like berserk while we're singing. Don't forget your shovel. I wanted to go in. Work. My dad's probably had a bloody hard day, but he's been good fun and bubbling and joking way. And the procession of cars stuck behind are getting all impatient and angry, but we don't mind. Holding up the bypass. Oh, me and my dad having a top laugh. Oh, oh, sitting on the toolbox. Oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss. So glad I'm not in school. Oh no. And we pull over, let cars pass, and pull off again, speeding by this summer green grass. And we're like giants up here in our big yellow digger, like Zoids or Transformers, or maybe even bigger. And I want to transform into a Tyrannosaurus Rex and eat up all the bullies and the teachers and their pets. And I'll tell all my mates my dad's B.A. Baracus, only with a JCB and Bruce Lee's nunchuckers. Holding up the bypass. Oh, me and my dad having a top laugh. Oh, oh, oh. Sitting on the toolbox. Oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss. So glad I'm not in school. And we're holding up the bypass. Oh, me and my dad having a top laugh. Oh, oh, I'm sitting on the toolbox. Oh, and I'm so glad I'm not in school, boss. So glad I'm not in school. Said I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in his JCB. I'm Luke, I'm 5 and my dad's Bruce Lee. Drives me round in